Hey there, CrossFit Fort Dodge. Welcome to the first ever CrossFit Fort Dodge podcast. I just want a little brief start here. The reason we want to do this is we want to find a way, an efficient way to discuss with you guys different topics that commonly come up so that we can help all of you all at the same time. Some of you get a lot of discussions going on in individual classes and don't always get the chance to translate to other classes. So we're going to take an opportunity, hopefully about once a week, we're going to cover different topics that's going to help you enjoy your CrossFit experience a lot more and get more out of the gym and the experience that we provide. As you can see, we got head coach Brock here with us today. Today we're right in the middle of the 2018 CrossFit Games, started yesterday, so fun to watch. Through this time of year, we always get people starting to watch the CrossFit Games. And a lot of times when people first see the CrossFit Games, they're thinking, man, there is no way I could ever do CrossFit. And so today we wanted to start hitting on the difference between competing in the CrossFit Games and what that looks like and what it actually looks like here in the gym at CrossFit Fort Dodge. And so, Brock, I think that's the first question I want to pose to you is what do you think, like one of the things that stands out the most to you, that's the difference between watching the CrossFit Games, whether it's online or on TV, and what we do here in the gym?
What I'm going to start out with is there's similarities, of course, and the similarities is goal setting. But that's also where the difference comes as well, is what are your goals and what are your aspirations for yourself, whether it's fitness and just anything in general, right? So obviously those elite level athletes have the goal of being the fittest man and women on earth or team on earth. Whereas people like me, Josh, and just any day gym goer is having the goal of just improving our daily habits and just improving our quality of life. So we use CrossFit to aid in those goals, being whichever ones they are, being the fittest on earth or being the fittest person we can be. And then it just comes down to obviously relative fitness and relative capabilities.
I think you hit on an awesome topic there, is that we use CrossFit, the methodology, to get us to our goals. And so CrossFit as a methodology is a tool that we like to use. Here at our gym, we have a slogan, and many of you have seen that, it's the preparation for life, right? Most of us that come to this gym will never compete in the CrossFit Games. And actually, I don't know if CrossFit ever, the methodology wasn't even developed for that, but because it's so efficient in the way that it gets people from where they started to where they can be and their best possible self, it's developed into a competition. That's just the nature of things. But for me, the main difference is just that, is that our goals of why we're using this methodology is quite different. Most of the goals for us in the gym are going to be to make sure we're at as lean as we think we would like to be, so weight loss. We would like to develop some strength. We want to improve performance. We want to improve movement. We want to kick the can down the street of making sure we don't have to end up in a nursing home. We just want to improve over ourselves. And I think a cool side effect that a lot of people don't see is the community aspect, which we do see in the games, which is super cool. So if you are watching the games, you'll see a lot of that. And the community aspect is just that camaraderie of everyone around. So this kind of dovetails. I think the thing that we hear a lot that really irritates us all the time, especially after people have watched the CrossFit Games, is what we always hear is I need to exercise or I need to get fit before I can even start CrossFit. So Brock, why don't you kind of talk to that a little bit? Maybe we can reference the Couch to CrossFit program we've recently just finished up for our first time.
Yeah, well, like he was talking about, CrossFit is a tool, right? It's just like any other exercise regimen and program. It is made to propel you into other areas of quality of life, right? So being that people think they already need to be in some type of shape to do a program that's supposed to increase physical activity is kind of odd, So and then what we touch on Couch to CrossFit is, again, relative intensity. So each workout has an idea on what it's supposed to get out of you, whether it's a strength component or aerobic capacity or longevity or anything like that. But that comes down to the relative individual. So what I'm doing compared to someone else might be different in the fact of the weight or maybe the volume of reps, but we're trying to get the same intensity out of ourselves. So we're trying to get that
same stimulus.
Yeah,
right.
same stimulus, exactly.
Right, yeah. So it's cool, super cool. He touched on a couple of things there. The whole fact that you feel like you need to get fit before you use a program to get fit. It's silly. And we see this all the time. And I think because of the games and the intensity, people really feel like they need to prepare themselves. And ultimately, we have people that start from the couch. I mean, I think that's the coolest thing. Just about 8 weeks ago now, we started a Couch to CrossFit program. Huge success. We started with 40 individuals that really majority of them had never worked out before. And we saw a tremendous change in those people to the point where, towards the end of the Couch to CrossFit, you were having them do pretty much the same workout we were in class.
That was exactly the same workout.
And so we tricked them, which was great. And then literally, so this is the first week that some of them have transitioned to the normal classes, and they killed it. I know yesterday we did Karen, which is 150 wall balls. It's a benchmark workout, pretty intense, and we had 2 people right from the Couch CrossFit in one of my individual classes, and they killed it. They did a fantastic job. So yes, we think there's an on-ramp period. We want to get your body ready, but that is what we're here for. That's what CrossFit Fort Dodge is about. We're about our priorities. All the intensity you see, intensity is second to quality of movement. We're gonna help teach you the quality of movement and improve that, and then pile intensity on top of that. We don't wanna do intensity before quality, and that's a lot of things that we're doing. But on that token, even though the CrossFit Games isn't quite what we do here, it's fun though, as we can compare ourselves to those. But it's been super fun watching the CrossFit Games. Again, we just finished the second day yesterday. I encourage you guys to watch it, but what was super amazing to me yesterday was to see the difference. They did the CrossFit Total yesterday, and the progress of specifically the women, with the strength of the women that's developed. So they did the same workout back in 2007. And what they ended up doing was this year, the women, what was it? I think it was, they surpassed the totals from 2007 after 2 of the 3 movements.
Yes.
And so what is proven is that, I think it's cool that CrossFit is doing this. It's breaking that stipulation that women shouldn't lift weights. So back in 2007, not that long ago, these pretty darn fit women weren't really lifting weights to the capacity they are now. And it's amazing to see. What was your favorite event from yesterday?
The bike.
The bike?
The bike event was pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Just seeing that people strategy and just like I said, you can go out and do that. You can go out and ride your bike.
Right.
Again, it's just how and your intensity in it. And it's just so cool. It's like I can see something like that, like, oh, these guys are doing it and they're competing at a very, very high level. But at the same token, I can go out and find a trail or find a lap, and I can do the same thing. Again, our times might be not the same, intensity might not be the same, but it's just the fact that it's streamlined.
Yep. It was crazy to see bulky ass men on bikes that typically would be racing. It was funny to see. It was pretty cool. I cannot believe they rode for a marathon yesterday. I'm sure their asses are hurting today.
That's nice.
We will not be doing that. All of you gym members watching that, we will not be doing a marathon row anytime in the future. So last and foremost, go ahead.
Maybe half one.
Maybe a half one. Okay. I don't know
Just
about
kidding.
that. So again, when it comes to talking about preparation for life, so upcoming events we have going on, our goal for you guys is to be able to say yes to anything. Say yes to that neighbor that wants you to help move. Say yes to the friend that wants to go skiing or go run a 5K or whatever it may be. We want to prepare you for life and enjoy life. Part of enjoying life is celebrating together and having some fun. So this weekend, Saturday and Sunday, we're going to be watching the CrossFit Games around the gym. Saturday, I think we're just going to do kind of a free come and go thing. Probably after the workout, hang out. The games will be on the TV. But Sunday, I think you were planning on some games, maybe bags.
Yep.
So anyone that
yard
wants
games and
so some yard games, open up the door and have some fun. So all of you that want to participate in that, look for details on that. And it's going to be a good time. Also, see an individual video we'll have out for this. But next Thursday, we'd love to see all of you guys participate in the Shag the Drag Run Walk event down at Market on Central. Again, look for the details on that. We're going to match some funds to go to the Meals on Wheels Fund. It's going to be a fun event. Again, we want you to be able to say yes. Some of you don't like to run, but some of you are doing it. 3 miles, you can do it. So we're going to go have a fun time. And afterwards, if you want to hang out at the beer garden with us and listen to some music, that could be fun too. So once again, forgive us for not doing a perfect job of our first podcast. I think we killed it. I think that was awesome. I think we rocked it for our first time. So you guys tune in next week. We'll talk about something cool. Comment if there's any topics you want us to cover. But we have kind of a list of target things that we think we should talk about. But we would love to listen and meet any needs you have. So y'all, we'll see you later. And yes, I'm going to look down at my watch again and turn it off. Go ahead. You got one last thing? Any closing thoughts?
No, I don't. See ya.
See you guys.